Melissa. Happy Wednesday. Today I have lots of stuff to talk to you about, including what could be your next best seller if you are selling this holiday season. And if you're not, you might still want to stick around because I have lots of tips and tricks on how to use everything from stencils, reusable stencils, to the best paint to use for wood signs. And we're going to get into a whole lot of stuff here today. So today, like I said, we are going to make a double-sided sign, okay? So first things first, I grabbed this wood sign. It is, I don't even know the dimensions of it. It's about 15 by 5, I think. So I bought this actually last night. Was waiting for my kids at practice. Had to go into Hobby Lobby while I waited, and I bought this sign. So this, you can obviously make something like this. A lot of sign makers end up making their own, wood signs. However, this was $5, $5.99, and then 40% off. So it ended up something like $2.60. So sometimes, especially if you can get stuff on sale, it's much more worth your time and energy to just purchase something like this as a base, as opposed to spending the amount of time that it would take to, cut down the wood, create the frame, make the frame, paint the base, sand, all that, okay? All right, so that's one thing that if you are looking to increase production, just look for things that are on sale and you could do multiple things with. Now, obviously, sign, you can stencil this, which we're going to do. However much you guys sell your signs for, you could probably increase that amount by, 10 or 15% by offering a double-sided sign. Now, this sign has a little hook on the back. I'm literally just going to remove the hook, okay? So while we're talking, I'm just gonna use a screwdriver to remove that hook, and you instantly have the ability to make a sign. Now, a double-sided sign. But you could, if you were selling this, on your Etsy shop or on your Facebook page or at a craft show, you could do this as one side Christmas, one side Thanksgiving, or two sides Christmas, whatever you want. But the person who's buying it is literally getting double the value, and you are just, able to increase your price for that. So now the person feels like, oh, I bought one side for $20 when really I got a sign for, two different holidays, okay? As opposed to they see the value and you have the added value and a benefit over another seller. Now, the other thing that you can do, which is what I have done, I'm just sitting here taking the little hooks off. Okay, the other thing that you can do is make reusable stencils. Okay, so I've taken the hook off, the little teeny tiny holes, so not a big deal at all. Sand those down if you wanted. I'm not even gonna worry about that. You can make reusable stencils that then you could just make a whole bunch of these all at once, okay? So I have two designs that I made with my icon art system. If you are not familiar with icon art, I've been talking about it for the last couple of months. It is a reusable stencil kit. You don't have to weed, you don't have to cut, nothing. The way you're using Silhouette with this is the software, okay? So this is a mesh, this is a silk screen stencil, so it's mesh. So these inner parts here are not going to fall out. Another little hack that you might have noticed, this nativity scene is all one, okay? However, I needed it to be about 13.5 inches to fit on my board, but I only can print 8.5 by 11. So I just split this design in a natural spot in half, and then I had some extra space on that 8.5 by 11, which I made extra space on the page in Silhouette Studio by printing borderless. If you remove your border and your printer allows you to print borderless, you gain probably a ½ an inch in every direction. Okay, so I was able to print both of these stencils all on one 8.5 by 11, and I'm gonna be able to make the double-sided sign for them, and then I'll be able to reuse them over and over again, okay? All right, so I'm gonna pull you down to my table so you can see what I'm doing while we're getting ready. We'll do this side first and then we'll worry about our nativity. Okay, so I have the one thing that's difficult, can be challenging, is to find craft or chalk paste. This is different than chalk paint. This is paste. The consistency is very, very thick. And that's what I prefer to use for these stencils, and you'll see it works really well. Okay, so here's the stencil. After you print and all of that, It does have to dry for about an hour so that it's not wet at all when you are painting. You don't want it to be wet. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put it right in here. Make sure it's centered. Looks about centered, okay? And this blue stencil sheet is pressure, done with pressure. Okay, so I'm going to, I think I'll use this red one. This is I think this is just called like, oh, it's just called maroon. Okay, and then I like to use a silicone little spatula, okay? And just paint across. Okay, you see how it's all coming at once, right? So this is reusable. Now I just need to, here, I'll twist this around so you can see. Now I just need to take this painted stencil and take it into my utility sink or wherever and wash it out, okay? This dries very quickly. While we're waiting for that, I'm gonna do this side. So we have our double-sided sign that, again, look at the detail on that painted sign, okay? These are obviously, these are just custom SVGs that were part of the Farmhouse Christmas Bundle. They both came together, but I was able to use them for two different signs. And again, I really think that an awesome idea when you're doing double-sided signs would be to do, especially around the holidays, would be to do one side Christmas, one side Thanksgiving, one side Halloween, one side Thanksgiving, stuff like that, where again, the customer is realizing, oh, I can buy one sign, spend money on one sign, and have decor for two different holidays. It's less to store, it's less to buy. So anyway, a lot of different things that you guys can do for your business this time of year. If you are looking for tips on how to get started with your business, I would highly suggest Cutting a Profit. Obviously it's my book, so I suggest it, but I've jammed a whole lot of information in there on how to run a business. And if you're looking for the stencil kit, I did that. This is like 10 tutorials in one. So I'll just end it with that. All right, you guys, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. See you soon.